Well, hello to the one in the bushes. I'm just waiting to see about a couple of people coming in before I start to run on and on. I haven't been live in forever. Well, anyways, I came live with the knowing that a lot of people who are on my page or whatever, they probably go to church and bring in the New Year's and all of that good stuff. And shout out to those people. And may you have a blessed time. And it helps kick your year off the way you would like it to be kicked off. Um, I just came through because um, I haven't been going live that much, and I'm trying to switch up some things or whatever, but sometimes it's just I just don't feel like doing it. And so but I am proud of myself because this year I didn't sabotage myself none this year. I made a video every single day, sometimes two or three of them. Um and yeah, let me go ahead and say bye bye to you. See you later, Brandon. I don't need all of that. But hey, Korean. Hey, girl, how are you? How are you? Yeah, I was just coming through the. I haven't been live in a long time, and so I don't even. Y'all know when I come on here, I don't have no conversation. I know nothing of what I'm gonna talk about. I just be on here, and let it flow, whichever way it flows or whatever. So I haven't been on here in a long time, but y'all already know this is what they're calling the new year. And so I didn't want to bring it in and not say hello to you all and goodbye to 2025 because 2025 was a hot mess. Was a hot mess. Happy to see you too, Korea. Um, but I must say, um, 2025. Ooh, I couldn't even step through the door 2025. It was just punch after punch right through stepping through the door. I left out of church to come speak to you. Well, praise him. Go ahead in there and pray enough for both of us, girl. Going on back into the night. Catch the replay. um, but I walked into 2025 and I can tell you that every single month in 2025 was the 1-2 punch for me. This has been a crazy year. The first month, I had all of these plans and everything to um extend my garden, and I made a little of a short today. Hey, Growing with Hudson, how are you? Happy New Year to you too. I made a short of like some of the things that I went through, but I bought the year in, wanting to. I mean, Growing with Hudson was one of the people who I talked to about canning and all of that different stuff. I wanted to grow more stuff. I wanted to make more beds, garden beds, and everything. And it's like soon as I stepped in, I started going strong for the first 26 days. And on the 27th day, it was a pain that was hitting me in my stomach that said, "Girl, you better get up and run to the hospital." Like 5 o'clock in the morning, went to the hospital. Didn't come home. I spent about a week in the hospital. Got out the hospital, stayed out the hospital for 4 days, went right back in the hospital, stayed in the hospital for another 4 or 5 days, and getting ready to discharge me, and then had to turn around and not discharge me. And when it did some more test results and found out that I had pancreatic cancer. Um, and then and that was on February 14th. Then February 26th, or the 27th. I can't quite remember right now. I had to have surgery to have my port placed in. And I was on here crying like a fool because I I thought the port was gonna be on the outside of my skin or whatever. So and that ain't only it, like, crying like a fool, I'll be making like humor about this situation, because um if I don't, everything about it, I would be crying all the way through all of these situations that I'm going through. But no, I have to find some kind of humor in it. But I got the port placed in, and then 3 days later I started chemo, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. Made me very, very, very sick. Um, um, Let me see. That was February. Then in March, just after every single chemo session that I had, I ended up in the hospital for, hey, Mouse Sparrow. Um, from March to June, every chemo session that I had, I ended up in the hospital. And during that time, I found out that I had an aneurysm on one of my arteries in my chest. Oh, and two, to tell y'all, when I first got diagnosed with cancer, I talk more about the pancreatic cancer, and I tend to ignore the other thing because it's very, very small. And so in my mind, I'm just like, I don't worry about either one of them. It's just a thought because it is me or whatever, so. But the I also have a small spot that's in my on my right lung. So I don't talk about that part much. Um so I have cancer, a cancer on my lungs, a very small, but and then the neck of my pancreas. But went to, and me, I'm skipping all over the place because my mind thinking about all of this different stuff that I done been through in this one year is absolutely crazy. But they found the aneurysm. Prior to me having all of this, I was on. I went through not necessarily a weight loss journey, but just doing things different, getting out and being more active and everything, and just getting out and being more active. Doing things in the garden and stuff like that. I was able to lose 130 pounds, and losing that 130 pounds too also prevented me from having diabetes. And I was very, very, very proud of that because I didn't want to, because I see a lot of people in my family struggle with it and everything. And only after I was in the hospital, maybe about the fourth or the fifth time, um, they did my A1Cs and came back. My A1Cs was a 14. So I was very angry about that I did all the work that I did to, not get diabetes, only to end up with it. Then went to the hospital. My legs was building fluid on them, and found out my kidneys was functioning at 88%. When I tell you everything was supposed to be, then after that happened, then somebody what you call it, they when they get access to your bank account and then they cleaned out the bank account. That happened. uh Me and my husband's marriages, just everything was tearing up. So in July, I find I was having so many issues that I didn't want to do the chemo anymore. It's like and I just started praying about it. It was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and then like moments would come up where like things would just happen and I wasn't able to get chemo. So this went on for about 2 months. Me and my doctor got into a disagreement because he was trying to say that everything that was happening to me because of things that I was doing. Only to find out, when I start to, dig into what it is that I'm going through, the pancreatic cancer, is you can't control your A1Cs when you have cancer on your pancreas, because that is what controls your A1Cs and everything. So me and him got into a disagreement, and the cancer center does not play that. So they immediately switched my doctor. Me switching my doctor, the first thing he talked to me about was, we got to stop all of the interaction with the hospital because it's like the worst place for me to be. He ain't want me to, pick up something that gonna give me a bad infection or something like that, and my immune system already messed up. So with that, um he tried me. I had one more chemo session. Well, tried to have a chemo session, and in the middle of chemo my blood pressure went up. I started throwing up. All kinds of things was happening. But anyways, they ended up shutting down chemo and calling 911 and sent me to the hospital right after the doctor said he was trying to prevent me from having to go to the hospital anymore. So as I went through that, uh, I think we took a little bit more of a break, and he came to the, well, what I did was, okay, that was in July. In August 9th, August 4th, I went and had a August 9th is the date. Y'all forgive me because your memory is not that good sometimes with this stuff when you going through this right here. I'm glad to be here. Hey, Dee Dee. Thank you very, very much for the prayers. Tenfold to you all. Um, on August 9th, I went and had I had an MRI, CT scan, one of those. And when I had that done, it came back that the cancer had spread. Um, and it's like whenever they talking to me, the only one like I hear about is like the pancreas. I don't even. It's like the one in the lung does not even come across my mind. It's like it ain't the thing that I'm worried about. Um, and to be honest with you, I keep saying that, but to be honest with you, I ain't worried. I really am not worried like that about any of them. But I don't. When you get bad news, it knocks me down for a second or two, and then I don't know how I do it. That trust and believe, it ain't nothing that's I'm doing. All I can say is all my life I've been going through like heavy, heavy things, and it's almost like the norm for me. It's like when things get too quiet and be going quiet for a while, it's less like I be thinking You know, it's like maybe somebody trying to scare you or something like that. You looking for what's coming around the corner. And maybe I shouldn't be doing that, but that's how my life has always been, something always happening to me, you know, whatever. So when these things come, it's just like I've been built for it or something. You know, I don't know. And no, I'm not right now. I'm not in any pain. Only pain that I feel right now is basically in my legs from how much swelling I got in my legs. I do have on compression stockings today, and I don't know if it's taking any of the swelling out of it, but you know the compression stockings be squeezing. So I don't know if it's just the compression socks squeezing on it, and taking, you know, to take them down or whatever. But I know these compression socks is something else, and I'm ready to come up out of them, right now. But so I had the CT scan or the MRI done on August 9th, and it came back saying that the cancer had spread. So the next time I went back to the doctor, they gave me like a break and told me to wait, and then they started the new they no they started the new chemo. I don't, for whatever reason, because I started the new chemo on August 4th, and on August 9th is when I had the MRI. He changed the chemo because of me going to the hospital prior to that. So and he wanted, again, I said the new doctor wanted to prevent me from going back into the hospital. And the reason what came back to me is why I know it was on August 4th that I started the new chemo, because 20 days later your girl was Mrs. Clean, no hair whatsoever. All of my hair came out of, you know, yeah, 20 in 20 days. With the other chemo that I was on, it wasn't, my hair was coming out, but it was coming out real slow. It wasn't, I could still like pick my hair out into like a big afro or whatever, and nobody would really be able to tell that my hair was coming out. But boy, when I started this new chemo, it was like, oh, we finna go ahead and wipe it on out. So it happened really fast, and so I went on ahead and got it shaved off. Then let me see where we at. August, September. Um yeah, this with this chemo, like the rest of the months, there's ups and downs to it. But with this chemo right here, is like I try not to complain that much about it. So um we gonna skip all the way to right now. Y'all know I just did a CT scan last week. And when I did this, what is this, last Monday? Not last Monday, but the Monday before. When I did that CT scan, I opened the Happy New Year to you, Margarita. Thank you for coming through. I went and did a CT scan on Monday before, and the results came to my phone through what you call it again? My charts. That's what they call it. My charts. And when my charts came through, I misread. I misread I seen something that said impression, and I don't know, some kind of way I put the I with decrease, and I read that the cancer had increased in size, and I was speechless. And the first thing I started to do was like, well, God, what am I doing wrong? What did I do wrong this time? Like, why is it increasing when it seemed like everything going the right way? Because my tumor markers also was down to a 44, which I believe that by the time I go back to the doctor again, because the labs be like a week behind or whatever. When I go back, if I was a 44 this last time, then I should be like well in the normal range, which is between 0 and 36. So I'm looking forward to being there when I go back to the doctor on Monday. Um, but me misreading the results, and then turn around and something say go back and read them again. And when I went back and read them again, it actually said that the cancer had decreased in size. Now, how much size has it decreased? I don't know. And I like me myself. I don't like reading the results and going by what the results say because I always be getting stuff wrong. But this time I know for sure I read it over and over again, and I know it said it decreased in size, and then it also told me what size um the the spot is on my lungs, which is 3 millimeters. Um, and I ain't finna get no ruler and like see what that is or whatever. I'm just everything else. I'm just waiting until I go to the doctor on Monday for my doctor to tell me everything else. So I'm expecting nothing but good news. When I go to the doctor on Monday, I'm looking for them to give me a day when they gonna remove the cancer, and then I can do my 3 months and be done with this, because this has been one hell of a year for me. And for me, I said that I'm not making New Year's resolutions again. I'm not I'm not doing it again. Cause like every time it's like you can say it. I know there's a thing where you can claim something, or you can when you want something, or you want something to go like a certain way or whatever. But for me, I just said I ain't making no New Year's resolution because I done did it like 3 years in a row. And 3 years in a row, ain't nothing, and especially this year right here, um things that I thought maybe that I got like some control, like a resolution, a solution for the resolution, or whatever. I ain't have no control of it because, first of all, hey Shamika, how are you? Happy New Year to you. Um, I didn't have no solutions for these problems that I ran into this year at all. And at a lot of the time, I felt like I was just out in the wilderness, wandering around by myself, just going absolutely nuts. Thank you very much for that, Gemini. Thank you for sending me flowers. um, I felt like I was in the wilderness when this first happened, and then it's like you get a cancer diagnosis. Somebody asked me, "When did you know that you were sick?" Well, I knew I was sick. Because I got a pain in my stomach. But it's not I think anybody that's diagnosed with cancer, it's always a surprise. I don't know anybody that go into the doctor and thinking to themselves, I believe I got cancer. Well, I know I wouldn't be saying that right there. I was looking for them to go in there because the plan was they was gonna clean the pancreas and probably put a stent in it, only to go and find out when they did the endoscopy where they put the camera down in your throat or whatever, they found that it was cancer. So I think it's a surprise to any and everybody who get that diagnosis. Um, but it's almost like you go to sleep, and then when you get that, and there is in this last short that I did, there's a clip of me. I'm on a hospital bed and they wheeling me through the hospital, and somebody hands me a carnation and a card. The card is sitting like on my stomach. I'm in the moment at this time. I'm okay with what is being dealt to me. Okay, let's take care of it and get it done. Well, what they were saying was it was like necrosis of the pancreas, which means part of my pancreas was dying or was dead. So they was gonna clean it, scrape it off, whatever, put a stent in, and move on from there. I had came to the resolution. I came to, okay, I'm fine with this. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. I feel like I wasn't woke from being under anesthesia for 5 minutes. My mind wasn't even clear when the doctor is sitting on the side of my bed to tell me that I had cancer. When you get something like that, it's like you walk outside and the outside outdoors does not look the same anymore. It's like your whole world done changed. And sometimes it take a little bit of time for like you to get it back right. So for me, I had people around me that was making decisions for me because I was just in such shock that I was just like quiet, just walking around and I'm just quiet. Not knowing, and I'm almost like the person, I got a solution, I know how to work out everything, I know how to resolve everything. Just I done been through it before. I can tell you how to do this and I can tell you how to do that. But this one right here, I was like a walking zombie. Like I don't know what I'm going to do. A lot of people see me as like I smile, and I do smile a lot all the time, and I like to, but still people in the back think that like it be smooth sailing with every single thing. No, it ain't. I just was boohoo crying last night about some stuff that's still going on in my life that I don't really want to share about, but it be a lot going on behind this smile. And so um but when you get something like that, it's just like your whole world changes. And then for me, it's like I can stay in it and I can wallow in it and I can cry and whine about it every day, all day. But me, it's like I always say, I always compare myself to the little toy doll that they got where they punch the little doll and the doll rock back. He rock back. It's like a little plastic thing. It'll rock back and then it'll sit back up for you to be able to hit it again. Me, that's what I feel like my life been like. It's like um something can happen to me in the struggle, and it's just like a part of me want to stay down, but I can never stay down. I always end up getting back up in some kind of way, figuring out how to move through these situations that I'm being dealt. And so um yeah, so for me it's like people is like, you always be smiling and everything, but it's like I could go on and on all day long telling y'all all of the stuff. Actually, I've talked about a lot of the stuff that has gone on in my life through on YouTube. But I don't stay that right, Margarita. A survivor. It's like so many things have been thrown at me, and it's just like, and I do get to times where um it's just like what I said last night. I was crying about stuff, and it's like there's so many different frustrations because when I'm going through what I'm going through, I've raised 14 children, and I've always been able to like cook for them, clean and do laundry, all of that kind of stuff. And now I'm in a situation where I really can't do any of that stuff. So like the burden of the things that I used to do has passed down to my kids, and I'm having issues. I'm struggling with that because I've never been. I feel like my childhood was taken away from me, so I never want to put or wanted to put my kids in a position where they ever have to do any of the things that I had to do. I always wanted them to live their life, as a child. I don't want them to be able to grow up and say, my childhood was taken away from me. I don't believe in parents having kids and then the kids the the burden of taking care of the kids is taking care of the kids is passed down to the kids, while the adults go out and do and have all of the adults that had them go out and have all of the fun. I'm not saying like they can't help with some things or whatever. But my kids ain't never been one. They don't babysit they baby sisters and all of that stuff that's younger than them. None of that stuff. And now it's like I feel like the things that is my job has now been passed down to my kids. And so that is one of my biggest struggles in this cancer journey, because even when I do want to get up and do things, sometimes that chemo be like, yeah, girl, you gonna have to sit down. And you know, sometimes you don't even have the energy to get up and walk to the bathroom. By the time you get up and you walk to the bathroom, it's like you huffing and puffing. Um, Sometimes it's days, weeks at a time that I don't even see the outside. And prior to this, the videos are here. I'm outside, got y'all outside with me every single day out in that garden doing something. I haven't seen my I haven't seen my garden now probably in about 3 months now. To my knowledge, I don't know if I have anything anything out there. But I also forget about, like, I always call my garden as like the place where I go and like I pick stuff from it, like basically every single day. But I'm trying to get my mind to think outside of the box, because my husband came in here the other day with a whole a whole long thing of bananas that had probably like 50 or 60 bananas on it. And just like growing with Hudson said, I bet you have mangoes. My All of my mango trees are blooming. They got blooms everywhere on the mango trees. So sometimes my mind just don't wrap around that my trees. I got lemon trees. I got like 14 mango trees. Um Pineapples, um blood orange, ruby red, grapefruit. I got all kinds of things, but when my mind is like the garden is empty. Um, when you going through chemo, you can't really mess around with the chickens. I used to go out and show y'all our chickens all the time. We sold a lot of those. I think I got 17 chickens left right now, and before then it was upwards of like 60. I mean, it was so many of them I was losing count of them at one point. But I always do think, Shakira, hi. um but my life has changed so much. And so with those changes, and it's changing like on a day-to-day basis. But when you got time to sit down and things keep piling up on top of each other, just the weight of that alone can be heavier than anything that you going through. Um, when I used to could be in the garden about 12 to 14 hours a day, it wasn't nothing but a thing. I love everything about the garden, everything. Um, but when you just sit down and you think about how every day I'm outside moving around doing something out there all day long, to now most of my time is stuck in the bed. It could take me um when I change my sheets and stuff, it take me almost 2 hours to change the sheets and stuff on my bed, just because you wind it. You don't have the wind that you used to have. And I have 2 acres. Um and at one point I had the whole thing back in the back and everything all planted up and everything, and here it is. I don't have enough wind in me to change your bedding and stuff. it could be like a okay, let me give me a chair and pull it up on the side of the bed and let me do X, Y, and Z. So it's like everything. When I say everything has changed, it's like two. When you want to take a bath, ain't no more you get in the shower and you stand in the shower and you take a shower. Now you gotta. In the beginning, I was able to do that, but now you got to get a chair or something and sit down because you can't stand up for as long as you need to before. Just point blank, period. All of those things and stuff that I done been through this year, I did not expect or even see any of this stuff coming. It came like a whirlwind and it knocked me down, and yet and still I figure out a way to smile and to not let the devil win. um and some days harder than the other, but through everything that I've been through this year, I'm glad that it's ending out with good news, that the treatment that I'm going through, all the struggles that I done been through. Cause God knows I done been through some struggles. My year's ending the way that it is. And better yet, beginning the way that it is. I don't know what 2026 hold, but I ain't worried about. I ain't gonna try to figure out um what tomorrow is going to bring. I'm just gonna try and get through um the day that's in front of me. That's what I'm gonna do. So with that being said, I hope and I pray that you all have an amazing 2026, and anything that bad happened in 2025, that you leave it in the rearview mirror. Leave it in the rearview mirror and move on to the next. And I just ask that I never ask that what's in front of me, that God move it out of my way. I just ask him that whatever is coming ahead, and hopefully I hope this year, I'm even though I don't make resolutions, I always leave space open for a hope that this year is my year of happiness, because the last 2 or 3 years have been rough for me. And so and I can also say about that if I don't have the happiest of year, if God don't do nothing else, if he don't do nothing else to make me smile or to be happy, he already done more than enough. So um yeah, I already done more than enough. But I don't ask him to move my mountain. I just ask him to give me the strength to climb them. That's all. Cause we all gonna have some mountains and stuff that we gonna have to climb and everything. And everything ain't gonna be moved out of your way, because some of the things that come swinging your way is to build you up for what is to come and make sure that you're strong enough to get through it. I've heard that God give his hardest tests and stuff to his strongest ones, and God knows that I've been tested. And sometimes I do say, God, I need a break. I need a break, because I feel like it be coming left and right. But I just have moments when I stop and just pause and I think less about the things that I'm going through or I'm having a struggle with, and try and think about the things that um I'm really proud of. Um and so yeah, I didn't want to have a cry fest with you all or whatever, but sometimes it's like some things I need to get out, and I'm sorry that I ignored you all, but I needed to get some things out. You've got us and our support behind you. I thank you so much for that, and God's strength and His support. I know it must be so tough for you, Miss Dinkins. Miss McGee. On some days, absolutely. Sometimes, but for the most part, it's like I feel like I feel like cancer came along to make me stronger for something, but I also feel like there's a purpose um that this came along, and I feel like every time I get up, every new person that I meet, every person that I come across at the cancer center, I leave myself it's like I leave myself open to what is it that I'm here for. It's like I'm not walking in there just to go and get chemo for the day or no nothing like that. Every time I walk in there, I'm walking in looking for the purpose that God got me here. It's just like I feel like I'm not here by coincidence or whatever. There is a purpose in me being there. Call me crazy if you want to. I don't know, but it's like I just feel like I'm not there just because I have cancer. If that makes sense, what I'm saying. Oh, Miss McGee, I don't even think about that over here. I actually like the big print because I can read it better. I don't take it as no. I know some people take it as that, like you yelling at them or whatever, but I don't take it as nobody yelling at me. But that's fine over here. I lost my 17-year-old son to cancer. Wow, Margarita. Yeah, I just for me, um, I'm almost like the person, and I know that if you could took it away from your son, you would have taken it away. It's like, for me, I get when I go to chemo, even sometimes I get sad. Like I when I see new people come in and everything, I actually have a video on here. It's like I'm in there going through because I almost feel like it's okay for me to have it, but then it ain't okay for these other people to like be going through it. It's like a weird thing for me. Hey, Olive, love you too. Sorry for your loss. Yeah, I know that's right. It's okay. We are all pretty much crying right now. At least I am. Okay, then I don't want you to cry for long. But over here, because like a lot of times I want to run and I be trying to suck it up when I'm getting ready to cry, because when I was a little girl I was taught you picked on whenever you cry and stuff like that. Oh, look at you sitting over there crying. What you crying for? I'll give you something to cry for. So crying was not like a thing. So that's been one of my biggest things, is like crying in front of people. Um and it feeling like it's like a weakness, whatever. So we believe in over here the crying and just learning different ways, because once you do cry it out, sometimes you do feel like you've been cleansed or something when it happens. So thank you very much tenfold to you, back girl. It's okay to let the tears flow. Yes. Hey Bertha. Thank you. God gave me time with him. I know that's right. And the thing is I feel like once you can get past your grieving process, what you do have is you have more good than you have bad, and you forever have the memories of them on the inside of you that can never go anywhere. You will have it forever and ever. God put you there for a reason. I went through something and I'm still going through it. It changed my life for the better. Even though it brought so much pain, God made me a better person because of it. Jacob, I love that you said that. Thank you so much for saying that, because that's something that I always say. For me, and I don't know for anybody else, when you and I don't even know why I said it, because I'm sure somebody's listening to me that has been through this right here. If you done been through this little thing over here, it ain't like God to give you your next test to be this same little thing. I always talk about it in a sense of like you going to the gym. If you've been going to the gym for a year and you've been using 20-pound barbells, um, after a year, it's no longer a challenge to you. You slinging those little 20-pound barbells everywhere because now you done got used to it. It's no longer a challenge for you. So if you add another 10 pounds or another 20 pounds, which means your your tests got a little harder. It's like going through grade school and stuff like that. With each grade you go through, it's more of a challenge. That those things cause growth. I've never been through anything like this in my life. This is one of the heaviest things that I've been through in my life. And for me, as I always tell everybody, you probably think you get up every day and, well, me, myself, I get up every day and think about I got cancer. I do not get up every day and think that I think about I have cancer, because guess what? The place where you have cancer it don't never even bother you. How I got pancreatic cancer and my legs is the things that's bothering me right now. Who would have thought? Who would have thought having cancer in your lung or in your pancreas, your legs gonna be jacked up? So it's like, um everything that you just said, I truly believe that everything that I'm going through, there is a blessing. Um Even if it's in the way of it makes me mentally strong, cuz some people look at a blessing as like financial or something like that. If I'm able to walk into a situation and I can go through it in a different way than what I was before, and I don't necessarily view it like that before, I don't get angry about it, then yeah, it's working for me. So yes, I love that. Yes, God has a purpose for you. I believe that. Thank you so much for saying what you did. I needed to hear this. I don't even hear anyone talking like you. So it helps me to hear someone going through the same thing as me. Yeah, Jacob, I do believe that at times that sometimes you can feel alone, which is what I feel like you're saying. Sometimes you can feel so alone out there on that limb by yourself. And it's like, am I the only one going through this? You can't find nobody who you can talk to that can understand even what it is that you're saying. You get some people, they be like, but you can feel the feeling of they don't understand anything that I'm talking to, which is one of the other reasons why I ended up here on YouTube. Is like, I really, it's like you really don't need nobody to understand you, but you just feel like you need what you've been saying to like one, two, or three people. It's like now I feel like I need to scream it to the top of my lungs, and then nobody don't really need to understand what it is you're saying. You just need to get it out of you, and that's what I've done, only to find out that more people understand me than I think understand what I'm saying. More people are going through some of the things that I'm going through. Most people that I've been through, a lot of people have been through, not most people, but a lot of people have been through some of the things that I've been through. And then they can say something to you that sparks something in you, and you know that they walked a mile in your shoes, because only a person that's been through some of the things that you've been through can say something that makes so much perfect sense when they say it. But you know, when a person ain't been through nothing, it's like they trying to tell you something and you like, No, that didn't make no sense. So that I'm kind of finding that too. Hey, Selena, happy New Year's to you. Good to see you. Hey, James, happy New Year's to you. Thank you so much for that 100. Thank you very much. Um, yes, crying is good. Thank you for the floating heart, Jacob. Thank you so much. And tenfold back to you all. I always say, if y'all ever hear me say tenfold back to you, it just is. I always say, whatever you asking God for me, I ask that He give it back to you 10 times what it is that you asking for me, or 10 times what it is that you've blessed me. I appreciate it. Um, I I was a crybaby, lol. Listen, I don't remember crying that much or whatever. When I was a little kid, it's like I learned to suck it up. But now that I'm older or whatever, it's like crying is like even yet last night when I was crying, I didn't want anybody to see me crying because I definitely don't cry like in front of my family like that or whatever. But it's like everybody in the house seeing me crying, and that's not what I wanted. So, more and more I'm getting pulled out of my shell as I go. So, it's like on the day you going to. So, you will always have them in your heart. Absolutely. Are you having black eyed peas for the new year? No, I actually made chicken noodle soup today. That took me all day to make it. And so, um, but ain't no telling. Probably if I don't do black eyed peas, there probably will be field peas. That's more like my thing. But I got both of them, so I don't know. You are a warrior. Thank you. Again, thank you, Jacob, for those gifts. Um, God bless everyone. Good night. Yep. But I just wanted to come on and talk to you all. Um, because I hadn't talked to you all in a little while, and I wanted to, you know, just come talk to y'all. Pray you have a year of healing and more love. Absolutely, same thing for you too, Selena. Same thing for you. But you all, happy New Year to you all, and may your the year you're walking into be prosperous, and whatever comes your way, may God give you the strength to make it through um it all. What else was I needed to say? Yes, like I had a brain fart or whatever. Hey, Nick. um People get excited when they see gold teeth, don't they? They get excited. Yeah. Sometimes I forget about it because they done been in my mouth forever and a day. Forever and a day. And then so it's like, yeah, thanks for the reminder. Thank you. 2026. The way that looked at right there, uh Nashir, um that was like that the way that came across the screen was like saying 2026 is gonna be it. You know what? And I've been saying that every single year, and maybe me saying that and looking back at it, I'm gonna choose to look at it a different way. Even though these last 3 years that I've been saying, 2026 is 2024. This gonna be my year. 2025. This gonna be my year. I've been saying it year after year, and I've only just been going through and going through. And the way that I looked at it is like in a negative way. But in actuality, if you looking at it, you went to school or you went to college or anything like that, you would the Though that 10th, 11th, and the 12th grade year, it doesn't seem like much, but then when you handed that diploma, it's like, ooh, it was worth it all, to be handed to you. So for the past 3 years, I've been going through, so I don't know what is to come. I'm just choosing right now in this moment to look at it different than what I've been looking at. And it's like all I've been getting is hell, when actually what maybe has been happening to me is I've been going through class and I've been getting more knowledge of how to face different things that's coming. Growth has been happening. We always talk about growth over here. So, um, Nashir, thank you very much and tenfold to you. Um, but we talk about growth over here all the time. So, maybe the way that I've been looking at it is like all bad things have been happening to me. In all actuality, they say sometimes growing comes with growing pains. Stretching outside that shell, changing the shell out. Doing things different. So on tonight, that's what I'm choosing. Anything that comes your way, you can look at it and you can stay in it in one place and look at it in a negative light, but at a certain point, choose hey man cave, um choose to see it in a positive light. And we gonna end it out by saying, no matter what you're going through, choose to grow on the inside. And I would love if you choose to grow on the outside. um And thank you all for joining Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get, but you all continue to grow. Love you all. Have an amazing new year.